Okay, I'm noticing I'm not doing something vital. And I think I gave up on it because subconsciously I know it's difficult. After each block, like 1 hour, 50 minutes, or like during the last 15 minutes of the first block, I should then move towards my other desk and start writing viciously and explaining everything as a summary to synthesize everything that I took in that block. Else what happens is what I'm kind of falling victim to now is I'm just going through it very passively, knowing I don't have a future test to take. Drinking coffee right now. I have work in 4 hours. I'm kind of getting annoyed at myself. I'm slacking a little bit.
Will.
I know I am.
But not because you're you, just because shit happens.
But the market is objectively dead
I
right
started
now.
a fryer fire.
Like,
Night
objectively.
after I won Food and Wine's
Like,
Best
as
of
in
Chef, nearly burned the place
shitcoins on
down.
Ethereum.
For real.
Even Solana is pretty dead, but especially
This weird
Ethereum,
thing
it seems.
happens too. You have this minute where you're watching the fire and you're thinking,
And it can just
If
be
I don't do
quantified by
this place will burn down.
volume,
Then all my
because
anxiety
volume
will
is still
go away.
fine, but it's that volume is kind of in the
Ooh,
hands of the
fire.
viewer or something. Because much less people are aping
Fire.
into shitcoins, but much less normies. So I want to focus during this time. This is like, I do believe it's true. Like it sounds kind of cringe, but if you learn when the market is rough, you'll have your gun loaded for when it comes back, you know. And when you build those habits, again, I'm not following my habits 100% of the time, but I am learning to become very attuned with my notifications. Like now, if my filter spot calls anything, I instantly go check what it is, and I will always follow that. This is like my fucking life or death call, you know. But I repeat, if I go back, this right here, like these are not legit. Like there's like maybe 250x's that I could have. So these are all like pump and dump. Like I could filter them out, but some of them are like actually farmable, and the market is still rough, and you can detect them quite easily. Like all of them have like a shit ton of rare functions. Their chart looks unimaginably fake. The ones that are obvious pump and dumps. And yeah. So my goal is rather just today I want to focus on speed, technical analysis, and understanding the why behind why changing this parameter changes this behavior, and then also taking my notes for 15 minutes. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're trying to catch as many 2-week mooners as we can. So we're almost trying to overfit the data we have here. Maxi Doge. So a objective pattern that is like repeated 100% of the time and is a great predictor is ETH being less than 1.5. 100% true. A fresh greater than 1 is a bit much, I think. I don't know. Bytecode is almost always fully unique, as you can see. Why is that? There's no rug percentile there. No. Functions and funding. I repeatedly see these like hovering around the 60 range. That's why I put it at 65. Another pattern. It's rough, man. I need to identify archetypes better. So try work on this one. So this is quite common, where there is a lot of snipes. Oh, we'll do the one. Okay. 43 snipes, and then the other one. So this one is Kongchan. 11 snipes. 5 snipes. 1 snipe. So greater than 0. Top source. It's a bit much. What else? Wrong one. What? Huh? What is this? Hold on. There you go. Fucking hell. It's a max price. Shit. Where are we? Sorry. Filters. Like this. Okay. Vitex is rarely more than 20. We're underfitted right now for sure. Okay. French 46. French 0. I mean, nah, we could do French greater than 1. We could even do 2. From memory, think. That's specific. Catching something here. Okay. What's an objective stat you think you could measure early on that's like bullish? Watch how I watch how little calls we now get. It's crazy. Very different archetype, difficult archetype to identify.
I have to remind myself to breathe sometimes. I have to remind myself to be present, you know?
Come on, bro. There's still a shit ton you're missing. Think. If you have no idea, just look again, man. I don't know. What? Probably close to no calls. Why? How does this change the behavior? I think mainly renounced, like, well, what is the average time that most contracts renounce that are legit? Quite quickly, actually, so maybe this would be... I think it's the renounce part, probably. It just... Yeah. Why 24 hours? Because... Usually, there's still a lot of details that the dev has to change. Like, the buy and sell tax change limits, the blacklisting of potential whales that were bundled, the disabling of anti-bot mechanisms that they like to... Essentially, these protections, or whatever you want to call them, usually don't get renounced within the first 24 hours. So that's not gonna work. What about LP current? I mean, it's not terrible, but oof. Really? How does that change that much? Insane. I guess. We need more so minute 5 buyers, less than 25. How does that change it? Okay, that's good. It's noise reduction. Hour 24. Buyer greater than 500, so there's some interest, maybe? Hello? Jesus fucking Christ. Wait, what? Come on, bro, you gotta know these parameters by heart at this point. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you? What? Now 24 buy, yeah, what? Goddamn. Could be stealth though. You're cutting off a lot of insider stealths this way. Hmm. Hmm. Think of the current archetype you're catching for. Of course, the results are pretty dog shit, but how could you? So, what would you call this? This is a fresh launch that has some fresh buyer interests. Max buy is set. Basic security parameters are safe. Are you sure? All of them? What do you mean all of them? Like, is all the security here set? No. How so? Because our function funding 65 is still quite high. We're being quite lenient with our percentiles. You put it at like 25. We don't have any. We don't say sus functions less than 8. How is our rug still so high? Could do this. But this will kill our net, I think. Why? Because rug AI tends to be. I don't know. What other security parameters are you not considering, though? Just practice in terms of security. We have clog, previous clog, previous tokens. So usually I don't see this as logged much, to be honest. What other security shit are you not considering? Well, top source. We could be safe and say okay, what else?
Yeah, I don't know if I were gonna leave something behind. I would want it to be panicless.
LP current?
Anxiety free.
But it seems to kill
and
our...
I think in order to do that, I would have to be square with everything. And everybody. Like, to make it good, I'd have to filter out the bad.
Bribes, yeah. There's a lot, man. Why? Why bribes? Why bribes and what could that actually mean? Why bribes? Like, I think you could use the parameter bribes a way to know how much snipe interest is involved. Goddamn, I'm mistyping with his finger, bro. Lock in, bro. Lock in. Like, if your archetype is looking for snipers, then that's good. What archetype? Check something. When you have more than one sniper,
that restaurant, it has, and it does mean a lot to people. It means a lot to me. Chef. Chef.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Why are you
the
such a
obvious
fucking
thing is
asshole?
though, none of them will go through the effort of having socials, so
I'm welcome for what?
if you want to
You were
sign new
no
creations,
when you started with
your
me.
wish. Your wish is my
And you
command.
left an
but-
excellent chef. So you're welcome.
My life stopped.
That's the point, right?
That's the point?
You wanted to be great. You wanted to be excellent. So you got rid of all the bullshit and you concentrated and you got focused and you got great. You got excellent. It worked.
You gave me ulcers. And panic attacks and nightmares. You know that, right? You understand that?
Yeah, I gave you confidence and leadership and ability. It fucking worked.
That hurt, you know? And I think that flipped this switch in me where I was like, okay, fuck you, watch this.
Flippin' Street Cat. I mean, there's still Mooners for sure. They're just very bundled, I think, is the point. Like, this chart looks absurd, but... It's over. This is the easiest way. No legitimate project will have this kind of momentum. Initial 6.7k all-time high. Like this doesn't make sense. Like, they inflated their shit. How? Essentially, they made their liquidity pool so small, I guess. But even more so, they just put a shit ton of their own money in this to pump it to an absurd market cap, I guess. Because the initial LP wasn't LP 1Es, yeah, it's not that small. This is real. How the fuck? What is required? Wait. Is it? I mean, when it's uneven, it's not a great sign, I'm pretty sure. 45. 6 unique bribes, so at least 6 unique snipers. 898, the top source. Could be worse, I guess, but... Me personally, whenever I open a chart like this and it's already done like the X's it has, I'm just kind of very suspect of it. Like this has not even, this is like, again, this chart is this. There's no real, in the grand scheme of things, this is all.
This job's insane. Yeah, it can go from chill to unchill.
Relatively,
you gotta stay ahead on your work.
You know,
that's just that.
So is this bullish or negative sign? Well, when you're retarded. So, ascending triangle, descending. Oh, it's ascending, I guess. But... Oh. Hey, wait, what happens? That's why. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. So why am I catching these things? Okay, wait, what? Why did I... What the fuck? Must have accidentally changed that. That's fucking annoying. I'm like wondering why the fuck. There you go, that's better. I'm catching ones where random shit plays, like this. This one was real though, I think. So sorry, I didn't read that. Yesterday I used to add monkey for a little bit. Fucking going against my own rule. Fucking kill me. To list a token on CoinGecko, your project needs a functional website, a working smart contract, and the token must be trading on a supported exchange with public. So it's kind of a big deal. It's like effort. It shows effort. Problem is, okay, it's not a good sign. To me, when you look at something like this, like a non-obviously like epic as fuck meme coin, like as in, you know, it's not the biggest narrative in the world, you can kind of tell it won't be. It's already done its, you know, insane run, and this is 1 minute, by the way. Like, these types of candles freak me the fuck out. And from like, you know, all that to 6 million, I mean, that is not it at all. It's not what I like to see. But I'm gonna scrape it 2x, or like, I mean, come on. I do want to talk about the pattern of majority. Try apply your rhetorical knowledge about ethos, pathos, logos in terms of what these mooners do under socials usually. Okay, so just objectively look at it. Maxi Dog. So this looks already amazing. I would have, if I saw this, I would have said, okay, damn, okay, this is good. Caught the candle, escaped the matrix. I mean, this is good. shoulders wide enough to block a bear market. Officially listed on CoinGecko. So this usually takes, so this is, what time is this? 9:56 a.m. for September. So we're talking usually close to 24 hours. And this is pretty fast speed, I presume. Flex zone activated, max chat aura. So engagement, I think a general rule of thumb is you want to look for at least a couple likes, but it's definitely not the case where, like, you know, these initial tweets, they don't have a lot of likes. That means it's a bad sign. Like, you could even be the first to be here. Very likely, very possible, especially if you're using DRPT. So maybe they have no likes, you know? Under the safe and legal. Token sniffer, legal. It's usually a good sign. Like, essentially, you want the Twitter to also represent a manifesto of reasons to buy, but not like overtly cringe, you know? Or overtly like beggy almost. 100k raised. What? 100k raised. Sorry, what was the? Hold on. Let's check something again. The LP ratio here is not great though. I mean, what? Wait. Wait, so what's the difference here? LP ratio and then liquidity added, percent of total supply. Huh? Which one is it? Well, verify. You can do that, right? Can you? Sure. But at this point, the distribution would look a lot different. Oh, this is right now, probably. Maybe? Yeah. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I mean... the amount of effort in this website is already like a major green flag. Already pinned messages, Jesus. one guy. It's not the end of the world.
Really want one of these bullshit stars?
Yeah. Yeah, I really do.
You're gonna have to care about everything. More than anything.
I do think if something is a genuine mooner, like it hits your criteria, it's gets called by your filters. As in the actual contract looks good, the functions look good. Part of the contract, everything here checks out. Balance, bytecode functions, functions funding, effort in the functions. Effort in the functions, simulation, goodbye and sell gas, unique, which is a very good sign, always has been. Fresh buyers initially, good narrative. No obvious red flags, and like I said, good narrative means it's funny, it's relatable, there's a lot of effort put in. Like, I mean, look at this, animated and everything. And look at this. Make trading illegal again. How to spot a green candle. No risk. No ramen. Pump one gains we trust. SP. Song Supreme. I mean, this. I don't know. Like, if you look at this and this is again confirmation bias, I guess. Is it? What do you call the bias? I want to continue this train of thought first. I think you could use parameters bribes as a way. Parameter bribes as a way to know how much snipe interest is involved. So how much was this sniped? Question. It wasn't sniped at all because it had anti-sniping. Could have. It has to be because there's major interest. I think so, yeah. Has to be something along those lines. Well, let me take a look. Maybe you find something. Could be one of the unknown functions, maybe? I don't know. I think I'm right about this train of thought anyway. That is a major predictor for sure, though. What is? Like, this one absolutely died, right? Like, yeah, it did much better in total because I think it's predictable. The narrative just looks much better. Why? Because compare these side by side, okay? Genuinely, like, no bullshit. Wait. This one, just look at the difference. In my opinion, at least. Like, look at even the quality of the banner. It's much lower here. That's just already shows effort considerations. The inflated follower count. Is it inflated? Like, are you sure? X's don't mean, like, how many holders does it have? Come on, think about it. It's still holding up well, so yeah, I guess, but how many holders does it have? Good question. $1.82K. I mean, this is legit. This is legit. I mean, saying it's inflated, like, based on what? Because of the likes. Like, 1 like, 8 likes. Maybe not. No, I think so. And this has how many? Maxi? 764. So it's like 3 times smaller, pretty much. A little under that. We could round and say 2.5 times smaller. Interesting. Because market cap doesn't mean anything. It's like market cap is determined by the spread of liquidity, and yeah, it's just a calculation of price times circulating supply. Circulating supply and price can be chosen at you know, whatever you want at creation, and it's inflated by the liquidity, how small it is. So that ratio, price is this isolated value of the pool. If that made any sense, I think. So this, I want to check something real quick. This launched on CoinGecko and instantly September 8th at 0.0198. Not really. In fact, it kind of dumped. Why? Because people consider that to be the top. Oh, it's on CoinGecko now. It's over. Or this is time when normal influxes happen. This is like the uncle starts talking about how Bitcoin is a great buy. You know you're near the top, and it's already pumped like crazy before that. So hardly any major there was retracements, but this is boring. I would not expect this to do exceptionally well. What is this? Like, Roman Empire, I guess, but I would have bought into this if I caught this. Even with the chart that looks like this. That looks like this. I mean, yeah. To be honest, because there was no snipes, that's the best predictor. If there's no major amount of snipes, it's a decent predictor. It does just work. I mean, as much as you maybe don't want to admit it, it does just work. And wait, what? This is not from launch? Wait, what? Current 2.6 million. No, it is, but it's yeah, it is. It just happened so quickly. Yeah, okay, it is definitely is from launch, usually. So yeah, I would have bought this here anyway, and I think, yeah, I wouldn't have gotten a 10x out of it because why not? 2.6 million market cap. That's just too high. This is optics, right? A person sees. Wait, this is already at 2.6 million. You see, even psychological level 10 million. It's not holding that here. So
30-second count.
Keeps testing that you know that resistance here. Boom, boom, boom. Here we kind of went over it, which could be a signal. So I wouldn't have panic sold. I do think this would have had at least like I would have even said 15 million potential. Because again, we have to consider multiples here. So probably would have sold somewhere here maybe. It's a psychological level though. The issue is selling at psychological zones is that's what a lot of other people do. So you're gonna like, and this is just a fact I think. People see 10 million here, they just start dumping around 10 million. They don't think it's worth that much. 25 million market cap, people start dumping. $13 million. This was more of a. So you either choose, I think, 13 million. I mean, 13. Like usually, it's a 13, 12, or 9 million, 8 million. No, a couple million away. So 8 million would have been fine, I think. I need to note that down though. I think that's an important fact, genuinely. But I'm gonna take my notes down real quick, and I got only 5 minutes. Fuck. Okay, so just something that I discovered there. So pronounced tends to happen at greater than 24 hours. Well, this is like from get-go. That also can very often happen within that time frame. So that pump, let's go and make a pump your token. Not necessarily, but it happens. A lot of people will also maybe that small pump is bearish. So yeah, we're not playing correct, but also not playing correct. It's our objective is not to play. Ooh, my stomach hurts a little bit. So obviously not black or white, or was it simple? Maybe it is. What? Usually is one though. Usually, there's something, but below it again. Below it again. Below it again.
You know, I think about my daughter now. You know what she was spared. Sometimes I feel grateful. Doctor said she didn't feel a thing. Went straight into a coma. And then somewhere in that blackness, she slipped off into another, deeper kind. Isn't that a beautiful way to go out? Painlessly, as a happy child. Yeah, trouble with dying later is you You know, I think about my daughter now. You know what she was spared. Sometimes I feel grateful. Doctor said she didn't feel a thing. Went straight into a coma. And then somewhere in that blackness, she slipped off into another deeper kind. Isn't that beautiful way to go out? Painlessly. As a happy child. Yeah, trouble with dying later is you've already grown up. Damage is done. It's too late. It's too late. You know, I think about my daughter now. You know what she was spared. Sometimes I feel grateful. Doctor said she didn't feel a thing. Went straight into a coma. And then somewhere in that blackness, she slipped off into another deeper kind. Isn't that beautiful way to go out? Painlessly. As a happy child. Yeah, trouble with dying later is you've already grown up. Damage is done. It's too late. It's too late. You know, I think about my daughter now. You know what she was spared. Sometimes I feel grateful. Doctor said she didn't feel a thing. Went straight into a coma. And then somewhere in that blackness, she slipped off into another deeper kind. Isn't that beautiful way to go out? Painlessly. As a happy child. Yeah, trouble with dying later is you've already grown up. Damage is done. It's too late. It's too late. You know, I think about my daughter now. You know what she was spared. Sometimes I feel grateful. Doctor said she didn't feel a thing. Went straight into a coma. And then somewhere in that blackness, blackness, she slipped off into another, deeper kind. Isn't that beautiful way to go out? Painlessly, as a happy child. Yeah, trouble with dying later is you've already grown up. Damage is done. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. You know, I think about my daughter now. You know what she was spared. Sometimes I feel grateful. Doctor said she didn't feel a thing. Went straight into a coma. And then somewhere in that blackness, she slipped off into another, deeper kind. Isn't that beautiful way to go out? Painlessly, as a happy child. Yeah, trouble with dying later is you've already grown up. Damage is done. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. You know, I think about my daughter now. You know what she was spared. Sometimes I feel grateful. Doctor said she didn't feel a thing. Went straight into a coma. And then somewhere in that blackness, she slipped off into another, deeper kind. Isn't that beautiful way to go out? Painlessly, as a happy child. Yeah, trouble with dying later is you've already grown up. Damage is done. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. You know, I think about my daughter now. You know what she was spared. Sometimes I feel grateful. Doctor said she didn't feel a thing. Went straight into a coma. And then somewhere in that blackness, she slipped off into another, deeper kind. Isn't that beautiful way to go out? Painlessly, as a happy child. Yeah, trouble with Dying later as you've already grown up. Damage is done. It's too late. It's too late. You know, I think about my daughter now. You know what she was spared. Sometimes I feel grateful. Doctor said she didn't feel a thing. Went straight into a coma. And then somewhere in that blackness, she slipped off into another, deeper kind. Isn't that a beautiful way to go out? Painlessly, as a happy child. Yeah, trouble with dying later is you've already grown up. Damage is done. It's too late. It's too late. You know, I think about my daughter now. You know what she was spared. Sometimes I feel grateful. Doctor said she didn't feel a thing. Went straight into a coma. And then somewhere in that blackness, she slipped off into another, deeper kind. Isn't that a beautiful way to go out? Painlessly, as a happy child. Yeah, trouble with dying later is you've already grown up. Damage is done. It's too late. It's too late. You know, I think about my daughter now. You know what she was spared. Sometimes I feel grateful. Doctor said she didn't feel a thing. Went straight into a coma. And then somewhere in that blackness, she slipped off into another, deeper kind. Isn't that a beautiful way to go out? Painlessly, as a happy child. Yeah, trouble with dying later is you've already grown up. Damage is done. It's too late. It's too late. You know, I think about my daughter now. You know what she was spared. Sometimes I feel grateful. Doctor said she didn't feel a thing. Went straight into a coma. And then somewhere in that blackness, she slipped off into another, deeper kind. Isn't that beautiful way to go out? Painlessly. Isn't that beautiful way to go out? Painlessly.
Like this. Okay. Vitex is rarely more than 20. This is 1 minute, by the way. Like, these types of candles freak me the Okay. A longer break I shouldn't have, but fuck me. Here's what we're gonna do now. We're actually just gonna literally for 50 minutes straight go hard as fuck just on the filters to try and catch anything we can on the second query here. Just grind it the fuck out and understand why each thing changes. 50 minutes, okay? So, be brutal here, but then I'm gonna go eat, and then I'm gonna already prep myself to get. I actually want to clean my place today here properly, just everything. Once the cleaner of the cafe, she cleans the cafe, leaves, and then I'm gonna clean my full thing here, organize everything a little bit, remind myself of where I'm going and what I want to achieve. And then I'm gonna go to work. Yep. Here we go. Hold on. Let me just blow my nose again because shit keeps fucking pouring. The goal is to predict outcomes by changing parameters, writing parameters from memory. I know all the basic definitions of each of the parameters, so there's no point doing that. So we're going to try and understand the why more about how it changes our current archetype. Okay, 50 minutes, here we go. Okay, so what is our current archetype? Define that first. I would say that we're catching fresh launches that are very safe and safe fresh launches that show some interest. Why is it so I think what is the main thing that if you removed now would open up a lot more, would open your window a lot more, your window, your amount of calls, what do I call that better, your scope, with scale your calls a lot better. How do I best define that? So I know it sounds silly, but how do I best say this? A short word or This would be restricting my flow, widening. Yeah, I like that. So I think the main thing that would widen my flow here would be probably tops, maybe sus functions. Sus functions, you think so? No, completely wrong. Why would it be sus functions? Why not? Because a lot of mooners or a lot of projects actually do have. Is that a fact? Yes, that is 100% a fact. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, this is aged. A lot of tokens nowadays, mooners tend to have a good amount of. Well, less than 8 still, though. Right? What am I saying? Yeah, less than 8, more than 6 often. Probably. Maybe consensus early, right? I don't know. Okay, yeah, that's one. And then top source as well. But yeah, okay. Our query just isn't tight enough, or it doesn't catch enough mooners. They're missing something. Yeah, would you say it's not tight enough? No, it's just not. The net is not great enough of being satisfied to catch a mooner. So what happened when you added initial LP ratio? Yeah, I don't remember. Why did that not work? Why would that not work when repeatedly 100%, 100%, 100%. Something about it. Something about it. Think. You're not. We're catching insider plays then? It's very rare to get. It's very rare, definitely, to get sellers equals 0 and fresh is greater than 2. I think if I remove this one, yes, I get a lot more calls. Just don't get many more 100x's. So how will that change it, do you think? Probably we'll just get 3 within 24 hours. Statistically speaking, I imagine this will just cut our 100x's by few, maybe? No, of course not. It's not enough to do that, champ. This might be bad.
You got something none of us. Oh, come on. What? You got something none of us. Oh, come on. Why is it always this? I mean, I fucking owe it to myself to do this or that. What if I don't want to? No. Fuck you. You don't owe it to yourself. You owe it to me. 'Cause tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'll be 50. And I'll still be doing this shit. That's alright. That's fine.
Fuck.
I mean, you're sitting on a winning lottery ticket. You're too much of a pussy to cash it in. That's bullshit.
That's fine.
Because I'd do fucking anything to have what you got.
Oh! Fucking finger, bro. Be more specific, Camp. Yes. Do I have a condition I'm not seeing right now? Am I retarded? That's surprising. Okay, so I think we can go as far as to say it's a fact, or usually this is like 65 or less is better. I think one thing is a fact though. Either they have snipes, But when they do have snipes, they have more than one. If you do not do that, or you do not look for where they have more than one, so like we can repeat. Well, okay, this is a bad example, but this is a worst performing one. Usually 5, 43, 11. So it's usually more than 5 or so. Else it's so... There's this archetype of pump and dumps that just snipes their own token, but they do it with like one wallet, I've noticed. This will be bad. Why? Because a lot of mooners, and just statistically speaking, they tend to have, you know, at least a couple of the really good plays seem to have like almost always very unique buy gas, but on Saga. Yeah, again, this is a major bullish sign, I think. If they don't have an absurd amount of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is fine. 12 is not. And you look at their other functions as well, you can tell that there's effort. Effort is the biggest green flag there is. And we can go back to the idea of, okay, not only do they put effort in their functions, clearly by their unique buy and sell gas stats, they also, the ratios here make somewhat sense. Their Twitter is, or their artwork, their effort is really something to be commended. People open this and they're like, ooh, this looks cool. You have to be able to put yourself in the mind of the average crypto buyer. And this website is nothing short of incredible. I mean, this is also dark mode. When the website accommodates for dark mode, it's a green flag as well. I think it looks even better in dark mode, a little bit. Like, look at this. It's amazing, bro. And constant posting, again, proven fact. Is it? Yes. Go back to launch day. 5th September, 5th September, 5th September, 5th September, 5th September, 5th September, 5th. And look at the, it's not just no leash, no limit, 100k raised. It's a nice looking artwork. Flexo and activated. Maxi Chad aura. Effort. Effort again. Effort. Uniqueness. That's all that they have in common. Okay. But hold on. Let's ask ourselves something here. What about lack of memes? So I've noticed as well, this is just a pattern. Like 65 seems to be a golden zone. I would even say 65. So like if they go above this, it's a red flag. But there's a lot of mooners. There is? Yes, that's a fact, I think. I've seen this repeatedly over the courses of weeks and weeks. That you'll notice that they best example? Here, 61, 61. 39. Here we have one that mooned, but their stats here are terrible. But what makes up for it is that they do have fresh dormant buys, snipe interest greater than 1. Oh, ooh, the rare functions. Jesus Christ. This might just be. Let's see. I want to see what this did. What did this do? I think it get paid for your data. Okay, so this is not the type of project we would have wanted to get into anyway. This chart looks absolutely brutal. There's a 5k to fucking, or I don't know, to 1.6 million. Let's say fucking, well, just do it from like it's like 1,000x, right? Easily 1,000 plus x. It's brutal, man. Oh wait, no, 26k. I'm wrong. Okay. Okay, wait. The starting market cap is 26k. See, it's hard to kind of tell here. Okay, it is. I guess you could kind of tell if you're accurate. I know, just go. You're clearly below it, my G. Okay, so that's a 80x. Initial 3 ETH. That's not bad. That's like 20, like 30k market liquidity pool total. So no, these are not bad stats. The issue I have with this is, what issue do you have? This was a major runner. How did this fucking die so quickly? That's a good study. Think about it. Why did it die so quickly? So it died within, so it launched at 10:40 and it started dying at not even an hour later. So something went majorly wrong. Study this. Get paid for your data. So number one, it's boring. I mean, your activity already powers the web. Would Leafy get share of the value? The artwork is lazy, boring. That doesn't draw people's attention. The website, it does look kind of cool. Help explain. It's doing the right move for a website, though. That's for sure. In terms of professionalism. Bit laggy. It's good. Website is good. Right now, a handful of large corporations control and monetize your data. They collect information on your interests, shopping habits, and online behaviors to build comprehensive profiles. On average, a single user's data can be worth a significant amount of money. A multi-billion-dollar industry that profits from your digital footprint without consent. For example, your search for sustainable running shoes combined with your location and browsing time on fitness sites gives you purchasing intent, right? We're building an intelligent, transparent system that calculates the true monetizable value of your browser data. So we're paying someone to collect data on us? Buying their token. Wait, what? We're building an intelligent, transparent system that calculates the true monetizable value of your browsing data, so you can see what your information is. So why would I mean, interesting. I just don't think people will use this though. Okay, so this is predictable. CA is live, not followed by any good accounts. Lazy tweets, liquidity is locked, cool. user retweets the first launch. So a lot of effort though, it seems. Look at this. Detailed search queries, interactions, browsing history. So interesting. Don't think people will be attracted to this no matter what. But I think it's worth at least like $1 million market cap. You think so? I mean, it's effortful. Maybe not. It's kind of hard to say. I like the idea a little bit. I just don't think people would use this a lot. Good website as well.
Boy is incredible. I've never seen anything like it.
Small retracement. Explain why.
Never heard of Ramanujan? From this simple text, he was able to extrapolate theories that had baffled mathematicians for years. And this Ramanujan, his genius was unparalleled, Sean. This boy's just like that.
What am I doing? Maybe the first move. Many references. This might be a scalable. Can I go back to this? This might be the coolest website I've seen in a fucking while. Building the blockchain for the future with AI. Scalability. Proof of entropy. accelerating humanity with the world's first energy-based monetary system. I would say, as a general statement, yes. Your strategy should always, no matter how small and significant. So when you buy into, when you start noticing the 1 minute candles reversing. So in here, you should have bought, and you use it as a reference. You use it as a historical reference, however much it dipped. So here's when you would have bought. Why? Because you get it. If a chart, I would almost say it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If a chart looks like this, you don't want to buy into it anyway because it's probably a fucking scam. Based on human patterns, there is almost always, at some point here, if it's really strong utility-based holders or believers, again, you try to figure this out by looking at what are the people saying, is there deep interest. Twitter, usually, honestly, when a project launches and it's like not bot spamming, you won't see much, but look at the fucking Telegram. Telegram. Try look at the initial, what are people saying, like, it's probably the best thing you can do, I think. Look at the pinned as well. Only 2 pinned messages is not, oh no, there's more, okay. Ground holder, who's this? I mean, what the fuck is this? Ground holders. A lot of different. Let's fucking go. Okay. Let's go back to the names. A lot of different things. Fuck. Rock. I already fucking did that shit. There we go. Okay. No, I need to be. Good morning, guys. Welcome. survive here, because I do need to go eat soon. Damn. About 8 minutes left. So yeah, I think you could summarize and say, like, it's just I want to synthesize it a little bit and kind of make sense of what we're looking at, you know, such that it's usable information for me. I think you could say we have to kind of explain, like, what does TA matter? So the chart, let's try to make this look a bit nicer, maybe, you know. It's a window into the soul, or is a representation of the soul of the dev and team and the community. So I would go as far as to say, when you get in very early, look at the chart, look at where is support, where is resistance, like where are we, where are you, like where are you located right now? Here. If you're at launch, I think launch window, you should always wait for a dip. Always. I think this is a general statement we can say. But what if there's no dip? If there's no dip, you shouldn't buy into it in the first place. Because I think what's happening then is this is so botted that there's no real sell pressure. Naturally, when a project goes up, people are going to be in major profits. And if it's organic, there will be some type of X. Usually this is 30, or we could even say, well, yeah, usually it's 30 to 65% dip. And I would say after as well, like this is not just at launch, but always enter during dips. And try be early as a principle. Or, so if you don't get in early, my kind of thesis is you get in when it's fucking dusted, like when the project has been absolutely rammed, and you think there's great signs of a comeback. But I never ever want to buy into charts that look like this already, that are like a 30 million market cap, and they've already gone through their major motion. Like, there's two major clusters I believe in, okay? There is you get in very early within 24 hours of launch. Within 24... It depends, though. This is 24 hours? Yeah, it depends. That's what I'm saying. Depends on the potential. I would actually say more like... Most of the time, a runner has done its major run within, like... I would say, like, 6 hours? Like, 3 hours, even? Like... You'll see this is gone already. Like, you don't really want to be the sucker who buys here, man. That's the thing. Your risk, if you buy into shitcoins as they've already done their major run-up, it's very, very high, man. This is why often, even when I get my calls from my kind of fucked up query, I always consider, is this a fresh launch? And that makes me a lot more hyped than if it's, damn bad outside. If it's like not that, you know, compared to so wait for dips. How big will the dip be? Depends on snipes, freshness of wallets, like as a natural organic ratio. If it's very inorganic, you can often see a massive dump as well, because it's bundled and it's fucked. Wait for that 35 to 65% retracement, 25, sometimes less. Sometimes way less even. But when you start seeing, it's kind of, I would say at least wait for 30%, because that's usually what happens if it's organic. Like, and of course, if you want to buy here and it already goes up to here very quickly, just buy. And whatever goes here, that's fine, because you're still early. Early to me is like the first couple hours, I would say. There's usually some downtime here, but 20, it depends. It really depends on what you're buying, man. Like, it depends. But utility also is a offset for dump. It truly has it's a website, effort, team. What makes people want to hold? Consider this and look at the variables that you could predict as well as through your filters. Just talk. Okay. What else? What else was interesting that you discovered that you maybe didn't know before? Yeah, MaxPy, by the way, it seems it's not like where is it? Sorry. I think it doesn't always show here. Like, what do you mean? Like, if you look at transaction MaxPy, sometimes they have a function, but it doesn't show here. I don't know why, but they do have that function. So just look for that, and you'll notice as well if you open this on DT. The initial buys are all quite small. It shows as well that there's probably a max buy. There was here, yeah. So just because it doesn't show here doesn't mean it doesn't have it, okay? Don't forget that. Just look at here as well. Though, usually I think it should show here. Also, it's something about it. I tend to find it more bullish if you can see it here too, but depends. It's not black or white, obviously. And again, our theme thesis is proven again and again. Animal, cute animal, AI. Black cookie. What is this again? It's more about relatability and cuteness, I guess. This is kind of cute. I mean, there is a level. It's not really about 2 likes. A lot of them have 2, 3, 4, 5 likes, but there's some likes, but they're not artificially pumped. Okay, I do need to go take poo-poo now and gonna go eat and then go to work. I think I hit 15 minutes here. Yeah, okay. We hit 2 hours. Okay. Good stream today, I would say. Not bad. Ooh, I missed it again. I should have done a little what do you call it? Note taking session here. I'll do that while eating then, I guess. But I'm gonna go to synthesize better. I did kind of synthesize already, so but alright. I will not be back for a stream later today because, well, I have work and I will study, but I won't stream. Usually I study at the park then or after work or something. Well, not after work today because I work very late, but just at home. Yes, okay. I want to focus today on, I guess, what did I do today? Just chart patterns, like between mooners and hyper focusing on improving my query still. I don't know. I want to do that still. I like understanding. I want to focus on understanding why, how, learning as opposed to spamming shit. Just why this, why this.